So I never think about leave the church, but one time, 2012, I really feel wants to quit quit the pastor.
2012.
2013, actually, 2013.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very, something happened,
Hmm.
very harmful.
Ooh, what happened? Detail. This is the place to do it.
The pastor is always, maybe, well, actually, honestly, many people criticize me.
Hmm.
Not many. Some people strongly criticize. So I was so hurt. I
Hmm.
was shocked. So I can't continue anymore.
Right, because at this point you've been in Norfolk as a, you know, member and pastor there for 12, 13
Mm.
years now.
Mm.
Yeah, at that point, but
Yeah. Then I decided to quit pastor. Then I talked to that Reverend Doty first, of course. Then, uh, then after that, I talked to the Pastor Patton,
okay.
district director. The Pastor Patton and Mrs. Patton immediately come to our, Norfolk
Oh, wow.
Saturday. Then we go to that fancy seafood restaurant. We eat crab and the others, and
Mhm.
then Mrs. Patton talked to me that don't quit, just keep continue. Then I explain everything,
Mm.
what happened.
Mhm.
Only Pastor Patton, Mrs. Patton know that what happened. Don't
Mm.
talk others. Of course, this is my
And
personal.
about to be all of our listeners. Tell us what happened.
Then next day, Pastor Patton is preached in the Sunday morning.
Okay.
Pastor Patton preached at our church. He explained about importance of 40 days devotion
Mhm.
at the church, like a morning devotion, fundoke,
Mhm.
through his experience. He did. He shared about his experience, how it's good for the 40 days fundoke morning devotion in the church himself. At that time, when I hear that, then I got something idea. Maybe before I quit, I just do that 40 days morning devotion.
Wow.
Then quit. Make sure I quit, then quit. So I tried 40 days. So I talked to the member, let's do that, our church.
Mhm.
I never say that, I tried to myself, but let's do that 40
Mhm.
days condition in the morning, 6 o'clock. And I started. At that time, Reverend Doty and I think Auntie John, some couple members just joined together. That 40 days morning devotion changed my heart completely.
Mm.
Actually, it's not completely. 40 days was good. That's good experience.
Mhm.
The end of the 40 days, I don't think enough. So we're going to go to the second 40 days.
Okay. Wow.
The end of the second days, 40 days, we're going to go to the third 40 days. The total 120 days I done. That
Mhm.
120 days completely changed my mind.
Mm.
So I was hurted. I was low motivated. Almost I gave up my pastoral work. But during the 120 days devotion, give me the energy
Wow.
and more passion.
That's crazy, man. Because like during that period, I remember when Rivenoto was doing this, um, I was so inspired by his consistency because I remember there was a point where there was a serious snowstorm, and it was going to be he didn't just do it at home. He would always go to the church and do this devotion. And so I was like, I don't know. I wonder how he's going to get to the church today. He's probably just going to do it from home. And then he starts up the call right on time from the church, even though there was like 8 feet of snow everywhere.
I remember that, just thank you very much. Yes, at that time it's heavy, heavy snow, but I never think to do at home. I dedicate to go to church, and fortunately, I have a Ford F-150 truck. It's a four-wheel drive,
Mhm.
and I leave
That
early
certainly
morning,
helped. Okay,
and
but
I think it was I like at 6 o'clock started. Right, then I
Mhm.
wake up. I know that the before night, the heavy snow coming in the morning, so I wake up in the 4 o'clock, and I think 4:20 I go left, and then I think 1 hour and a half from my house to church. Take time.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, because of the heavy snow.
Yeah,
But
it's
I could
usually
go.
15 minutes, right?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Yeah, or less. Yeah, that was one of the things that inspired me to like really take my faith seriously, because I was just like, wow, like Reverend Ota doesn't. He's not a man of like. He's a man of like sincerity and commitment and consistency, and I was so inspired. I was just like, I've got to take my studies and my commitment to the church so much more seriously, because this isn't like everyone I had experienced in the church up until that point had been so phony. Like, you know, they say like, oh, you know, this is important to me, oh, this is what we value, oh, this is what we love, but then what they would do was so different. But I felt like Reverend Ota was very silent about what he would preach, except for on Sundays when he was kind of obligated to say something. But he never said something that I felt like was unrealistic. His sermons were always very grounded and but still very principled. It's not like he was just talking about like doing his taxes, but um, it was very grounded and realistic. But I often felt like, oh, he's not being a hypocrite. He's just talking about his own life experiences. But then when I saw that, like, no matter what, he was going to go to the church every morning, because there was even times where you got really sick, or you could barely speak, and you still went to the church in the morning. And I was just like, oh my God. And that's when I really made my commitment to the to the movement and to the faith. And it's funny because it's not, I don't know if it's funny, but it's really fascinating for me, because it's like, had you quit the church in 2013, there's no way my faith would have made it. I would not have made it. I was struggling a lot trying to decide whether I wanted to stay in the movement or not. And had you left, that would have just been like, yeah, screw this. Because the Ota family was like was kind of becoming a part of my life and becoming a part of like what inspired me in faith, but I didn't really know it at the time. And I was just kind of losing faith, and it was like kind of joining the Ota family was what made my faith kind of come back to life without knowing that that's what was happening. And so it was just, that's just insane to think that like you were going to quit and then you did the 40 days. Because I remember when that was happening, and I didn't think much about it, like that you were doing it. Because up until that point, from what I had known, from when I started to care to know you, that had seemed pretty consistent with your behavior. You'd been a really consistent person. What you said is what you did. And so I was just, I don't know. Yeah, it made me believe like if God exists, God is like this. God is like this. God is like real and consistent. And like, you know, as sure as you can rely on the sun will rise, God is there for you. And Reverend Ocho will be at the church at 6 a.m.